Okay, I need to be real for a second. I can't believe I'm going to pull a Destiny here for a second, and I'm genuinely going to ask you guys because I really need to know. Genuinely, what the fuck is up with the internet and incest? You guys realize that if characters in media are doing something bad, that doesn't mean that it's an endorsement of the bad thing. There are so many games that glorify the idea of being a murderous psychopath, like literally everywhere all the time. Games, all media, there's all sorts of shit like that. And then I saw a bunch of people being like, hey, did you know in this game, these two have an incestuous relationship? Okay, so here's my follow-up question, okay? Does the game depict this as a f***ed up situation? Yeah, the game covers the horrible abusive behavior of the sister. Okay, then sure. It's like how people say that like Game of Thrones is like incest fetishy when in the context of the incest is obviously meant to be f***ed up. I feel like it's actually projection. It's like whenever people see incest in media, they instantly project their own porn fetishes onto it. So they go, whoa, why are they putting this porn? Haha, they have incest. That's weird. They put incest content in this media. As we all know, the only reason you would put any theme in media is to endorse it. I'm not into that. Like, it's weird. Like, you're projecting. This person right here, Shark Motor, they jerk at incest porn. Jesus Christ, look at what's popular on any porn site. Anything, drawn, written, live video porn. There's step everything there. Step sibling, I'm stuck in the dryer. I fell in. I'm under the couch. Get me out of here. It's everywhere. So when people are like, oh man, you put it in a game, it must be an endorsement. Genuine question, like, is it possible that something critical is being said here? Personally, and I mean this by the way, and you can clip this rant, okay? I think that the prominence of incest in modern pornography is not a like random trend, but a product of people's social isolation and alienation. I think that people are so lonely and are having such a tough time imagining themselves with a relationship with another person who cares about them that they're fetishizing the only relationship you're basically guaranteed to have, no matter how much of a introvert you are, which is that with your family. That's the only relationship that you kind of basically get guaranteed. Not always, but you know what I mean. So people fetishize that because then it's like, damn, I could have like somebody who cares about me in a sexual way, but I don't even have to risk going outside. I think it's deeply sad, by the way. I think the popularity of incest as a porn category is indicative of negative trends. I feel the same way about the popularity of cuckold stuff as well. It plays into a lot of insecurity and racialized stuff. Sure. So I think there's actually room for a lot of critical engagement with that fetish in a way that kind of reveals the problems with it. Now, my understanding in this game is that it's like a visual novel and that some of the routes that you can take kind of engage with her being abusive to him. And if that's the case, is this bad? Like, I haven't played it. Like, isn't that a fine thing artistically? But everyone, you know, everyone's just like, yeah, this person's making a point. Walk and talk adventure with light puzzling. Brother and sister practice cannibalism after witnessing a botched satanic ritual. Do you think this is meant to be an uncritical endorsement of the content of the game? Like, is that, like, you know? Yeah, like, sorry, you can actually do a genocide route in Undertale, so I guess that it's actually like a genocide is endorsed by Toby Fox, you know? Like, this is literally like people going like, Undertale? You mean that game where you can do a genocide? And that's all they have to say about it, you know? Like, what are you talking about? Why is there incest in a horror game? Why? What do you mean? Why can a horror game not have... Can there not be a horror in the abuse of a family member, like sexually abusing you or you being groomed? Is that not like a topic of horror? Isn't that like, I'm sorry, not every horror game can be Slender Man, you know, like the relatable experience of Slender Man. Isn't being groomed a much more like real threat to real people? Like, isn't that something to be Like, bro, horror games are supposed to be about animatronics that slowly walk towards your room while you use a flashlight and a security camera to avoid them. What do you mean? What? Like, this isn't horror. Horror can't have, like, content in it that makes me uncomfortable. Why would a horror game do that? uh,